This is Team Selfmade. My name is Marlon Reimnitz. I won the recent OTS Championship in Oldenburg, playing branded, and we wanted to show you the deck list, so let's just get straight up into the list. I played triple Alba standard, triple Allure standard, Tragedy standard, just one because I don't play Allure, and Adlib. Some people started cutting this. I think it's mandatory. I wouldn't play a deck without this card. I think it's way too strong. We played a small lost package containing of one Cartesia, one Quem, one Merc and one Albion. I don't think more is needed. Sometimes a second Cartesia could come up, but usually you just want the one-offs in the deck so you can search them with lost, because you don't really want to open them most of the time. One Lubellion for the combo and one Sireneer as the only Bestials. And for the bricks, one Dark Magician and one Puppet. I don't like both of these cards, but this is too important against Runic, Labyrinth and Kashtira because they can not really out it, and this is very important because it just steals games for free. For spells, standard, triple fusion, triple opening, triple deployment. I think everyone's playing it like this. One red, which is also standard. We played white. I like this card, it's very, very good, especially if you start Branded Fusion plus a Bestial. You can activate this and then do the big combo containing of Mirror Jade, the add in the end phase with Albion, and also Rindbrum, which is really strong. Branded Lost, self-explanatory. Retribution, and I played Banishment. This card is insane. I don't understand why people don't play this. It won me so many games. It also helps you if you want to go for the Puppet Lock and you get Nibiru, because you can just set this with Albion in the end phase and then in draw phase revolve Sanctifier and do the Puppet Lock. So this is all the engine cards. Foolish as extending to get Allure. One Corp at the Grave because it's too important, otherwise you will get hit with Ash Blossom and just lose. For non-engine, I played triple Ash Blossom myself because it's way too flexible in the format. It hits everything, especially in the mirror and against Labyrinth. Triple Dark Ruler because it's the best card to outboards. Also against everything, Sprite, Kashtira, it just helps to play because you can break the board easily with your big monsters. Triple Thrust, this was very strong because it can search Branded Fusion, it can also search Dark Ruler or the one Feather Duster I played for Labyrinth. And as a secondary target to Thrust, I played Fusion Duplication. This makes Thrust an answer to Ash Blossom because you just set this in after you get ashed and then activate this in the draw phase and play on their turn. This is the main deck, 43 cards. I didn't want to play the engine package because it just eats up too much space, I guess. And I wanted to play some non-engine, that's why I cut down the engine to the most minimal it can be, which worked out pretty fine. I just bricked one time in the whole tournament. For the side deck, I played triple Magnamute, because Bestials are very strong and you play targets in the main deck, so you don't need Jerusalem. Triple Kurikara against Kashtira and random decks. I didn't cite this in because I didn't play Kashtira, but in theory it's very strong. We decided to play Dolphin with Aquaneos, so duplication, no, not duplication, Fusion Deployment becomes an answer to Ash Blossom after game 1, and this is also good in time. We played Shadow Dragon. This card was insane over the tournament. It destroyed Organism so many times because you don't have an in-engine out for Organism and you just lose if you don't get the out, and if you side Cosmic Cyclone against every deck, it's kind of whack, so this makes Branded Fusion and out to Organism. It was very, very good. One Alba Lenatus. I sided this in for Dragon Link because D-Link is such a bad matchup. You need a blowout card like this. I did side it in against D-Link, but it didn't come up. Triple Cosmic for Runic and Labyrinth, Kashtira going first. It's just very flexible. And for the last two cards, I played Double Dark Hole. I wanted to have a board wipe, and this was very strong because it can out Ibli. And against everything else, it basically does the same. I had one opening against Rika where I couldn't play, but I had this, so I normal Mercurier, activated this, and then banished it with Sireneer and started playing. This was the side deck, and then for the extra deck, double Mirror Jade standard, double Albion standard, one Lubellion. I don't think you need the second one if you manage your resources correctly. One Rindbrum, this was insane. I love this card. One Titanic Clad because it can summon Quem in the end phase. Sprint, also very, very good because most people, they don't really, you send this and then they Zeus you or something, and in the end phase you just Albust, take their Zeus, summon Mirror Jade, and then continue playing. Sanctifier for the combo. I only puppet locked once against Rika, but it's still very strong. It's very good because it can't be targeted and it's very beefy against back critics. Masquerade for time, didn't come up. Grand Noil, best card. I don't think you need a second one, but this one is very strong because I don't play another target than Quem, so yeah, the second one doesn't really come up. Dracostapelia, very strong. Warlord Furious, this was very strong against D-Link, not because you take their dragons away to summon it, but because it can out the branded Regate, which is really keeping them in the game and make the grand game hard for you if they summon Magnamute every turn. One Chimera, standard with branded in red, and the one Dragoon. So this was it for the deck. For my lists, I played, for my matchups, I defeated Flunder round 1, I defeated D-Link round 2, I beat Plunder Brave in round 3, I beat Menadium in round 4, Rika in round 5, and in the finals I defeated Sprite and went 6-0 over the whole tournament. I really liked the list. I don't think I would make any changes. It really worked out fine. To close it up, shoutouts to my team, Team Selfmade, shoutouts to Patchy's Field Center Cards, our sponsor, and shoutouts to Dinkang Farm, who I played in the finals. That's it, bye.